we're here. We're starting a little new session called a little R&R, a little redneck rigging. We got a couple cold days, so we figured, hey, we'll get these guys some information so you can get your baits ready for when it's time to fish. Scott's going to kind of start talking about a little bit about selection on what we select our baits on, depending on the weather, depending on, I guess, water conditions and everything. Clarity. So I'm going to turn it over to Scott and let him kind of talk to you for a little bit about that, and then we're going to give you a little tidbit on, I guess, one of our inside jokes on some googly eyes. Yep. So I'm going to turn it over to Scott and let him go.
I want to talk to you today some of my preferences on lure selection. There are certain characteristics that I really pay a lot of attention to on lure selection. Once you get past the type of lure that you're going to fish with, you may have a suspension bait, you may have a slash bait, plastics in the case of what we have here. Once you get past that and you get past your initial color, there are some things that I really pay attention to as far as the actual bait itself. And the characteristics of a bait, a lot of times to me, make the determination on whether a fish is going to hit that bait or not. So I want to talk to you right now about one of the things that I think is very important. And there's some lure manufacturers out there that have gotten this, and there's some lure manufacturers, in my opinion, that don't pay a lot of attention to this. But that is the eyes. The eyes on the bait of one of these lures makes a lot of difference, and I want to talk about why that makes a difference. When bait fish are threatened, the posture of that bait fish changes. Generally, I started researching this a long time ago. There's been quite a few studies done that when this bait fish is threatened, the actual eyes on the pupil of the eyes of the bait fish, they start to dilate. And that predator fish, as long as he can see that and he's aware of that, that's generally one of the characteristics that will start him to make that attack, go ahead and feed on that bait fish. So some things you got to pay attention to as far as conditions. There's some variables here, is whether you're in characteristics such as what type of fish you're in. If you're in juvenile fish, as most of you know, juvenile fish, they'll just about hit any type of bait as long as you've got the color right. The different species, we kind of primarily target stripers and speckled trout day after day. But when you start to get into the mature fish, the females, they're going to expend the least amount of effort to feed, and they get very finicky. Not as myself as I get older. When I was young, I was very finicky on what I ate, but as I get older, food just tastes better to me, as you can see. But it makes a major difference in the eye selection. So there's certain type baits that I fish with. If we can kind of zoom in on this plastic here. This is a bait by Cream. It's a little fishy. It's just got a red dot on the eye, and you know, to me, that's not a lot of attention to detail from my standpoint. Let's take a look at the eye on this. Let's pay attention to the eye on this tsunami bait. You can see the attention to detail there. The pupil is large. You can go to your local craft shop. Any store carries different type eyes. There's a lot of lure manufacturers on the market today that have stick-on. They have 3D eyes that you can actually stick on the bait. I want to make sure that they stay. So with just a little bit of super glue, purchasing these craft eyes, this is in the craft section of just a local department store. you can take these eyes and actually glue them on to the bait. I've glued them on to like the cream lures, and I want to show you I've actually used them also with the tsunami baits. This is a soft bait. It's considered a hard bait, but it's got a soft outer skin. But I actually went in and glued the eyes onto this bait. Now, these googly eyes are kind of, I mean, it's not a secret, but they move. And when you're twitching this bait, a lot of times that fish can see this. The pupil, it's a little bit larger, about the same size in reference as the bait that's on it. So this is the lure as it came out of the package. This is a lure that we modified with a store-bought, regular just craft googly eye, just an arts and craft type eye. These are very inexpensive. We took these and glued them on with super glue, and these actual eyes will move as the bait moves. And just subtle differences in the water, small currents as this bait will move around on the bottom. Whatever species you're targeting, they can actually see that as they get close to that bait and are going to make an attack on that bait fish. They can see that, and it makes a huge difference.
Well, as a partner, I gotta say, I got to agree with you, because there's been many a times I've been sitting on the boat and fishing the same daggone bait, and my buddy has been catching them one after another. But I guarantee you this, I went to my local store and got me some eyes. So you can just see, I got about 3 or 4 bags of these things, and I put them on most of our soft baits. I would say is what I fish the most, and I have seen them work. We are. Me and Scott are excited about 2010. We got some good rigging sessions, some R&R coming up, new website. So stay posted. Hopefully some of this stuff will help. Sometimes we don't have time to talk about it while we're out there fishing and video, and we don't get to tell you, what we're doing, where we're at and stuff. But hopefully some of these things will kind of give away some of our secrets and help y'all catch fish like Scott's helped me catch fish so many times. We're going to steal from his knowledge, I guess. But hope you enjoy, and check us out next time. And hopefully by the next time we'll have a website up and make it a little easier for you.
We'll see you in 2010.
2010. We're going to catch some fish. Awesome. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.